Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to Now That's a Show, or for fuck's sake.
Why do you say welcome back? Like they've been sitting there waiting since last week?
They're
just watching their computers waiting for this to pop up. They're not even watching it live.
They're binging.
Well, it would take me binging to watch our shows. Can I just start with my interruption right off? I'm not even gonna.
Please.
I'm not even gonna interrupt.
Please.
You're
not gonna interrupt.
Yeah, I'm not gonna interrupt. I'm just gonna start with this. I really want to go back to last week for a second because last week was absolutely hilarious. I think about your father.
My father's gay.
Chris's parents were here, and they were like right on the other side of the table here, and they were just like, it wasn't like it was nice because it wasn't like there was an actual show going on. They were just kind of sitting there, and we're just gooping around like we're a couple of 8-year-olds building a fort in the living room. Like, yeah, let them play. And your father just comes out and says, "Yeah, I had gonorrhea." And your mother goes, "Yep, yeah, you did."
Yeah.
Yep. And you're like, "Was that from Korea?" And your mom's like, "Was it Korea or Vietnam?" Yeah, Korea. Your mom's like, "Yep, that's where he got Korea." That right there was a Seinfeld moment.
Well,
there. Because they were off camera, like they wouldn't come on camera, but that was perfect.
Because they were afraid that it was too politically incorrect. But then they say that it's... Well, I remember seeing pictures like my dad was in the Air Force, so it was back in the early '60s when he was in the Air Force, and there were pictures of his time in Korea, and I was looking through pictures that they had at the house, and I must have been 8. And he actually made slides out of them. You remember the old slides?
Yeah. Yep.
So there was one where he's standing out in front of a clinic, and it says VD Clinic, and he's standing there with his leg propped up on a thing like, "Yeah, I just got my shot."
Was it a Johnson & Johnson? Did he go with the one shot, or did he have like the 2-shot Pfizer?
And at the time, I was 8 years old. I didn't know what that was.
Right.
And so I remember saying, "What was this all about?" "Oh, your father got sick while he was in Korea." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And well, and years later, I remember.
Did you know your mom at this
I remember.
point, or no?
Well, I remember. Oh yeah. Well, no, he didn't. He didn't. He went in the Air Force at 18. So
that was probably like one of his opening pickup lines that led to you somehow. Somehow you were a byproduct of her not having a problem with it.
Yeah.
You had VD?
Actually, well, he met her at the VD clinic. I should ask that question. There's so many questions.
You better ask them soon while they'll still answer them.
So if you missed that from the last episode 12, we talked about COVID characters.
Yeah.
And there is a tie-in. By the way, there is a tie-in to that whole story.
Okay.
Because we were talking about people that, "So have you gotten your vaccine
yet?"
And I said, that would be like me asking, "Have you gotten your HPV or your STD vaccine?"
Right, now here's the other thing that I remember that I just kind of laughed about throughout the week is your mom going down the list of people that would love
going now.
Yeah, your mom going through the list of people that would like the show. She's talking about her dentist, like Uncle this, like so-and-so. Like, it was hilarious listening to this world that she's in that she thinks is really that would like this show. Mm-hmm. That was hilarious, and that's why I asked you, like, how many people watched last week? How many of them were your mom's?
I have no idea.
Dentist.
I think I have to pay for that for YouTube to see the IP addresses. It's probably half of them are probably Russia though. What are they doing?
We could use some Russian hacking.
Yeah,
maybe a couple of people there. But anyway, that's my introduction or interruption for the week. That was funny because they started to take this show seriously, more seriously than we do. Yeah,
you can tell by the preparation that some people make. Wait, we always talk about one. I could do. Well, speaking of preparation, This time of year is the graduations,
We're
right?
going to talk about COVID.
No, we're not going to talk about COVID. Graduations during COVID for high school and college students. And you see everybody posting the pictures of everybody. Hey, graduate.
Lawn signs.
Yes.
Which many of them were printed by Zigzibit, by the way.
Still?
That's been our revenue for the last. That was the saddest thing when I saw Roxborough High School graduation signs going over our printer again. I'm like, are you kidding me? Have we really gone full circle?
Well, Roxborough had like 8 people graduate, right?
Hey, it was an order. We took it and we celebrated it. There were definitely less people that graduated in Roxborough this year than last year.
For those who don't know, Roxborough is a town. I wouldn't even say it's not a suburb of Raleigh. It's actually a rural.
Right. It kind of holds up Virginia.
Yeah, yeah. It's way up there.
Keeps Virginia out of North Carolina.
Norlina, or what do they call it? Yeah, but it's up there. So, well, good. I'm glad you got some work.
Yeah, we're pretty happy about that.
Yeah. Well, so this time of year, you have different commencement speakers that are all trying to inspire you to do certain things, and I have no beef with it. I mean, it's always neat to see and hear from the different commencement
like
speakers.
Dr. Fauci.
Well, that's one of them. Speaking of which, I mean, here in the state of North Carolina, Dr. Fauci spoke at UNC Chapel Hill.
Did he speak or did he lecture?
Well,
or did he shame?
Well, I have some
try to prove himself right.
I have some personal interest in this because I wasn't invited to the graduation because they can only have 4. At UNC Chapel Hill, they can only have 4. You can go that way too. But they can only have 4 because for some reason, so they're outdoor at a stadium, a football stadium, but you can only have 4 because of COVID. Yeah. Outdoor, hot. But anyway, so I couldn't go because my brother is my nephew, so my brother and my sister-in-law, of course, and my parents were the 4, and so I met them for dinner afterwards, and I said, hey, how was the graduation? They said, great. I said, who's the commencement speaker? And they said, Dr. Fauci. And I said, oh, sure. Was he there? No, it was video feed. Yeah. Video feed.
From Biden's basement.
It's from Biden's basement. And I said, well, how was it? Even my nephew goes to Chapel Hill.
Did you say that on purpose?
No.
Was that an accident?
No, I did. It was a Fauci in the slip. No, but he even said, and he's on a far left side of the spectrum politically, he said it became a lecture about COVID and that. And I said, well, what did you expect? Yeah. I said, and I wasn't saying that you should expect him to give you a lecture, but I said, what did you expect from Dr. Fauci on commencement?
The only thing he talks about.
Well, he said, well, I expected him to talk about life lessons and stuff like that. And I says, oh boy, you should have invited me. You should have invited me because years ago.
How many did you do? How many of these have you
years ago, I prepared a commencement speech knowing that I would probably never be invited to
well, it's probably because you share it with people. Maybe if you didn't tell anybody about it, they might have been like, all right, you know what? It's risky, but let's take a shot.
Well, and I do what I do is
you do what you do.
Yeah, I do what I do, and now what I do is if I get a graduation invitation, I give them a card and a gift. It's usually a gift card or money, and I put in there this little piece of paper. It's only about that long, and it has the summary of what my commencement speech would be. And
I would love to hear it, Chris.
Well, you, my friend, are in luck because you're going to get to hear it. But I think that I think about commencement speeches and everything else, and I remember mine. I remember mine from undergrad.
Why? How?
Because mine was Sandra Day O'Connor.
Okay.
The first female, we can't even say that anymore, but back then we could say the first female. We celebrated the first female Supreme Court justice.
Mm-hmm.
Celebrated. And she was pretty good. I mean, I don't remember, but I'd listened to it, right? And I remember, I can tell you this, it probably wasn't about case law.
I can see you listening to it.
Well, I mean, it probably wasn't about case law.
You're probably like...
Yeah, because I was such a nerd.
sitting in the W's in the back, looking at the screen on the side.
Wait,
because you're so.
I would only be in the back if I were just a regular graduate, not a cum laude.
All right, so you were in the back.
No, I was with the thank the Loudies.
The who?
Thank the Loudy.
What is that?
Thank the Lord. The
So wait, were you in the back?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah. Let's speak and make sure that the audience knew.
I was in the back.
All 42 of them.
And the thing was, I do remember about this. I do remember one thing about it. I don't remember the content specifically, but I do remember that it wasn't that long. It wasn't that long in duration, right? Because nobody wants to sit there and listen to somebody speak for an hour.
Right.
So
all you wanted to do is throw your hat in the air. Turn your tassel to the other side.
And I was
take that tassel off.
I was going to wear my
over the rearview mirror of your Camaro IROC and let it
IROC Z
until you were like 27 and you're like, all right, this is enough of this thing.
Well, it wouldn't fit around the minivan mirror. Yeah. Right? So I was going to wear my graduation alb and my hat, but neither of them fit. It's kind of weird. So before we get into
graduation gown, make me look fat.
Does this body make my graduation hat look small? So I've got a couple things to cover, of course, before we get into
constantly
graduation.
Trying to fix it, sliding
it's
on
like
your
a
sweaty
beanie
bald
on
head.
Sweaty. Well, one thing I guess we got here is the word or phrase of the week.
Okay.
We're going to begin with the word or phrase of the week. And it's a throwback from our last episode, which if you haven't watched, go to Now That's a Show on YouTube, and you can see our COVID characters episode. And Jake came up with this word, gymnipedus.
Jip. Why did you keep doing
that? I keep doing that. Gymnipedus. And just remind the viewers as to how this came about.
It came to me in the middle of the night, and I woke up and I wrote it down on a little 2x2 yellow Post-it. It's still at my house. I found it. It's actually, ironically, I don't even know why this is there, but we have like this little wicker basket in the living room that we keep tissues in, and it's on the bottom of that. It's still just sitting there, and I don't know why. I just leave it there because I don't want to lose it or anything like that. But
is it stuck to the bottom of the tissue box? Do you have like a tissue box?
Yeah, we do. Well, we take the tissues out and put it in there.
Like tissue, like Kleenex and stuff?
Yeah.
Like, what do you got, like a...
I don't know, blow a nose, sneeze. Choo.
Is there some lotion next to it?
No, but thanks for the idea. You don't have tissues in your house? You have roll of paper towel? You have 2 rolls of paper towel over there.
Yeah, it's just
that's
like
rough on the nose.
Beard shit.
Yeah.
The nose. Well, so
I never knew what the word meant. And every once in a while it rears its ugly head. I'll remember it and it'll come up. And it came up in last week's show.
And we didn't have a definition for it, right?
No.
Okay, so as of the publication of this, or up to the publication of this episode, my thing was, here we are. This is what the definition was. It's a blank canvas. And we could define what it is. Mm-hmm. Now, knowing that, though, knowing what at least I, coming into this, didn't have an idea of what the definition was. And I was racking my brain just thinking, I mean, what could that mean? I mean, what could it mean? So I did a Google search.
Right.
And I spelled was that you from?
Maybe.
Gymnipedus I spelled Gymnipedus a few different ways because using your JIPNIPTUS or ITUS, nothing. I mean, Google, you would think
so easy. JIP.
Well, I get it.
NIPITUS.
But I did that.
Right.
And on Google, not one thing came up.
No.
So, and the way Google works is you would think that people would be like misspelling something and then something would come up. So nothing came up. This is the first time I've ever done a Google search and nothing came up. So I said, but my thought of the spelling of it, like I went through different spellings and I used Gymnipedus, but with a GYP.
GYP.
And so this is what came up. This is the thing that came up a few times. And I don't know why, but this guy right here. I mean,
this guy is
his name is not Gymnipedus.
No.
But that may have nothing to do with your definition because you obviously.
No, I got a whole nother. Yeah.
Okay, so you have a definition of some sort. So
right.
So let's.
It's not going to be. Yeah. All right. When you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready for it.
But did I ever tell you about the other words I wanted to start?
No.
Here's my other words I wanted to start. Aggressive.
Oh, yeah, you did.
You remember these?
You dropped the.
These are good. That is aggressive. Way better than aggressive. Like this is like, this is hip. That is aggressive. You do like the.
Well, hip, then you got to drop the H, don't you?
Hip. All right, ready? Here's the other one.
Yeah, sure.
Brill. That is
Brilliant.
brill.
Let me see if I can guess these, all right?
I think those were the only two. What was the other one? No, those were the only other two. I was just thinking that's good. Like, that's brill. Like,
it's not like a 53-year-old guy throwing out, hey, brill.
That's brill. No, listen, you got to get it into the right crowd and then you can say it. Like, I also can't say I'm down for that.
What's the
but
right
somehow
crowd?
that came in. That popped in.
What's the right crowd?
I would say mid-20s. And then what would happen is like maybe like younger siblings would pick it up and be like, "That's brill," and they'd be like, "No, dude, you gotta brill,
Aggressive,
like a grill."
You can't say with the younger generation. You can't say aggressive because because you can't
Is
be
that
aggressive.
racist?
No, it's mean. It's mean.
No, aggressive. It's like that car is aggressive.
Yeah, but you can't be mean. That's mean. Well, that means it's got a muscle car. We can't.
Well, then aggressive is mean.
It uses gasoline.
Yeah. All right. So here's. Let's go back to Gymnipedus.
Please.
Right. So I started thinking about this, and I'm gonna explain it as a feeling, right? To me, it's a feeling of like uncomfortable joy of some sort. And the first thing I thought of while we were sitting through here was like that
uncomfortable joy.
Yeah, you're happy about something that you're not really sure you should be happy about.
Like when somebody posts a video online, they're showing like a trick and they bust their ass and shit like that. Is that Gymnipedus?
Well, here was the example that I was thinking was like that first time that you just walked into the supermarket with no mask on and nobody could say anything about it. Just that like it's aggressive, it's brill,
It's aggressive.
it's aggressive, it's brill. You're just like it's a good feeling, but almost like a rebel good feeling, like a rebel yell in a way. You know what I mean? Like you're doing something that you're not really sure you can do, but it just makes you feel so good because you know you're right. Because you did it.
You can do.
Yeah.
But you're worried that people are like being
mask
holes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Mask holes. Last episode.
Like you hit a home run and you kind of little flip of the bat. That's Gymnipedus right there. It's just like I can do it because we just did it. I can do it because I did it.
So I think the goal is here then for us to work that word into our everyday life, right? Mm-hmm. So it becomes,
or just be able to use it as
the
like
new
a
normal.
So you went to Harris Teeter and you didn't have a mask on. You'd be like, dude, it was Gymnipedus. I felt Gymnipedus.
You know what I do though? Like the word I didn't describe last week that I remember I thought was appropriate and awesome during this whole COVID thing was when you walk out of a store and you see people do it. The first thing I would do, as soon as I hit open air, pull that mask off. That's coined an airgasm. An airgasm. So gypnipedous could be even gypnipitously orgasmic.
Yeah. Orgasmic. I will say I used the term sheeple about 17 times this week. Last week's word of the week.
Did you offend anybody?
Oh, I'm sure I did.
Oh, well, good.
But I also entertained many, which made me feel gypnipedous. I felt gypnipedous when I said it to somebody that was potentially offended by it. You know what I mean? But they laughed. So I felt gypnipedous. Because I said something to make them laugh.
Well, what could they say?
Even though they were offended by it.
Right.
Because they had their mask on.
So the goal is to use that word, gypnipedous, and the meaning is you have that orgasmic feeling of that. Fuck you, basically. Without saying,
wait a minute, I got to go back a couple episodes. It was before you went to Key West. Mm-hmm. Oh, I remember what it was. You were going to be on the plane, on the aisle. And if somebody closed the thing, you were going to reach over and bloop.
Yep.
Did you do it?
No, I didn't have to. Did not have to. The person was at the window, and they had it closed when we were taking off. Was it a colleague
of some sort?
No, I had a colleague next to me in the middle, and then there was somebody on the window. And as we were taxiing,
you said, please don't, please don't, please don't.
It was already closed. They already had it closed.
Because you know what? If you had flipped the thing up, that would have been a feeling of gypnipedous. See, it's all coming together.
But now. you know me though. I always give people a chance before I become the sarcasshole. Right. And so I was waiting though. I was waiting to see what they do, and just sitting there waiting. And it was I don't know how if she went as she, her, or whatever. Don't. But I'm like, hey, you mind opening that window? And she was like, no. Flipped her up, so I didn't have any beef. There's no beef.
You were supposed to do it on your own.
I was going to ask because it was a young lady.
You should have just gone.
But if she had said no, I would have done it. Well,
you would have not have done it.
I guarantee you I would have done it. Guarantee you. Or I would have said, if she said, no, I don't want to do that, I would say, okay, when we get close, when we're approaching, I'm going to open that because I want to see the dregs of Miami. Yeah.
What about on the way home?
It was dark. Didn't care at that point.
Did they close the thing though?
I don't remember. I didn't. Probably not.
You drunk?
Mm-mm. No, I wouldn't. No, it was
the girl was bigger than you.
I didn't know whether it was a she. No, I didn't care at that point. But I wanted to see flying into South Florida and whatnot. You want to see that, right? No, I didn't. It worked out well. But I'll do that. I'll do that henceforth.
All right. Just keep me posted on any travel plans.
And I'll let you know feelings of gymnipedism. Gymnipedism.
It's not a gymnasium. It's not gymnasium, man.
Well, the reason why I said this because somebody commented.
Right. Who was it? Your dentist? Your mom's dentist?
No, it was a guy, one of the customers of mine that she worked for me before, who ironically, I coached his son in baseball. Mm-hmm. Yet he and me and the customer, are different politically. Totally different politically. But we have conversations like adults. We still have conversations like adults and we don't agree politically. Can you believe that?
I mean, that's a talent. It's a talent.
When I have conversations with them and we feel we're still friends, it gives me a feeling of gymnipedism. Because he said gymnipedism. Gypnipedism. Gypnipedism.
Gypnipedus.
So we should probably break that down. Gypsy, or
no?
I got
not
gypped.
Anymore. No, we don't have to do it anymore. It's all defined. it's a feeling of
It's a naturally orgasmic feeling of accomplishment at a low level.
Right.
At just a daily level of...
It's almost like it's a unacceptable level. Like, people around you are
like,
pissed.
Yes.
People around you are pissed.
So it's a rub a nose in it, kind of.
Kind of, yeah. They don't like the fact that you're just so free with your face out and everything. Look at you showing your face. Who do you think you are? I went to a Duluth trading yesterday, and it's like mask, whatever. And I walked in there, and everybody in there is wearing a mask still. I'm like, what is going on here? Like,
Where
have you
was
not
it?
seen the ads for
one?
this?
Is there one over there near
This
you?
was down in Cary.
Oh, for fuck's sake. There's your problem.
I understand, but that's like it's an outdoor, rough knives and like,
it's hipster outdoor.
I know, but still.
They sell underwear.
If
you're really outdoor, you're going commando.
The only other person in this store that was not wearing a mask was a lesbian woman with like a buzz cut. She was the only other person in there besides me that didn't have a mask on. I was like,
well, you wouldn't do the fist bump. You had to do the elbow because
no, I'm kidding.
The fist might be.
I'll tell you what.
Taken as the wrong.
We made eye contact, and it was gypnipidus. Because we both knew we were right.
Am I going to have to edit this out because of your?
No, I can make eye contact with a lesbian and have it gypnipidus because we both knew we were right.
I know you can do that, but will your person back home?
Oh, it's fine. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Alrighty then.
You can't edit things, though, right?
All right. So let's get on with the commencement speech. But we did talk about some of the commencement speakers this year. Fauci was at local UNC Chapel Hill. NC State had Russell Wilson, which I thought was a good choice. And I'll tell you why.
Did he come here?
Yeah, he was here.
No way.
Russell Wilson, NFL quarterback for currently the Seattle Seahawks, but
he left here.
Well, but let's think why though. All right, so his first 4 years he was here at North Carolina State, right, and he played both football and baseball, which to me is an unbelievable accomplishment these days to be able to do that. But he graduated, got his bachelor's degree within 4 years. Well, most people don't anymore, but he did doing those things. And he took a graduate year, so he got a fifth year because you do that, you can go and he transferred to Wisconsin. And everyone's like, oh, you should have left here and everything else. He went to Wisconsin, he got his MBA at Wisconsin, right? Hats off to him.
He has his degree from NC State?
He has a bachelor's degree.
I never understood that. I don't think I knew that.
He has a bachelor's degree. He couldn't have gone to... In the way the NCAA rules work is he couldn't be a graduate transfer and play the next year unless you got...
Isn't it weird that he played all those years?
Yeah.
Did he like
well, you get 5 years eligibility. So
right.
His first year he didn't play a full season as a freshman. But you get technically 5 years of eligibility. And he went on and got his degree from Wisconsin too, a master's degree and everything else. Went on to the NFL. And I thought it was a good choice to show somebody that has done this. And I know it's an athlete and a celebrity and everything else, but a well-educated one and a person that earned his degrees doing it. So I thought it was an excellent choice, NC State. An excellent choice. But who else locally here we had Duke. Duke University had they have John Legend.
What timing. Excellent timing for them. Where's the connection there?
Don't know.
What is the connection? I mean, why not bring in the guy that did that crazy Super Bowl? Whatever that guy was.
The Weeknd.
Why not bring in The Weeknd?
I don't know.
Bruce Springsteen.
Nothing against John. And John is a legend in music, but...
Did he go to Duke?
No.
Interesting.
And isn't his
I
wife?
should have like
His
Bill
wife
Nye
is
the Science Guy.
Because that's the irony, right? Isn't his wife
Right,
being
yeah.
canceled
Cheryl
for
Teague or whatever his name is?
Cheryl Teigen? Cheryl Teigen. She's being canceled, but ironically, she was trying to cancel others, right? Mm-hmm. Wasn't she canceling? Who was the one that she was
Stoddard. That girl Stoddard.
Yeah, Courtney Stodden or whatever. Yeah. And so now she's
going to kill herself.
So I mean, it's just it never ends. I mean, and then Joe Biden. Joe Biden was supposed to be Notre Dame, right? Well, Notre Dame is what, a Catholic institution, right? And Joe Biden is, I guess, Catholic, right? But he supports abortion. And I'm not here to argue pro-abortion, anti-abortion, whatever. But a basic tenet of Catholicism is no abortion, right? Mm-hmm. So they finally, like days before he was supposed to speak, they said, nah, the students said, nah, we don't want to have we don't want to have Joe Biden as our...
So who filled in so quickly?
I have no idea. I don't know. I didn't even look. But the woke is going to bite some people.
Oh, yeah.
So, some other ones here. Let's see. You saw a lot of schools that use civil rights people. Brian Stevenson, A.D. Barkin.
Who is NCCU?
I don't know. I didn't get all those. But for one university, Wes Moore, the CEO of Robinhood. You know Robinhood?
Yeah.
But didn't Robinhood like stop trading?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. It was a business school too. I'm thinking, that's
kind of interesting.
So who was this year? This year, Bryant University, his alma mater, was Dennis Michael Coleman.
Who was that?
He's a professional sports attorney. He is now the legal counsel for the National Association of Basketball Coaches. Because, most of those kids graduating are aspiring to be an attorney for the National Association of Basketball Coaches. No, I don't know the guy, so I can't judge. But I mean, it's interesting.
Still sounds better than whoever was at mine.
Oh, here's one. Here's one that I saw. A lady named Audra Wilson, who worked in the Obama administration. She entitles herself as a poverty advocate.
You advocate for poverty?
That's it. So that was my question: is who advocates for poverty? Shouldn't you be like saying, no, we don't want poverty? It's like I'm a homeless advocate. Who the fuck advocates for homelessness?
The person that made the font and cardboard.
Yes, the card that does all the signs, right? That everybody has. No, I get
if you had like Jen Psaki.
I understand what they mean. They mean like, hey, we don't want any more poverty. We don't, and I agree with it. But she should probably change the name, right? Your title shouldn't be poverty advocate, right?
I think I would like to have like Jen Psaki. Because all that she would do, like for all the goals and motivation, she would circle back on them as to what they might want to be. I'd like to encourage you on your future, but let me circle back with you as to how. Some things that you might think.
Well, here we go. So it is that time of year.
Do we have to stand for this? Or
no, chill, man. Here's what I want you to do.
Pay attention.
I want you to get your phone out and get your clock, your stopwatch on.
I can do it on my chair.
But I'll tell you when to start when I start. But I'm gonna lead up here, right?
Ready, go.
I'm not starting.
Oh, you're gonna tell me when to start?
I'll tell you when to start.
You don't want me to tell you?
No, I'm gonna just do a kind of a preface here. So first of all, congratulations to all the high school and college graduates this year. I mean, it is not it's not something that should be diminished by any stretch of the imagination. And what I say here, what we've said before, and what we're going to say after, it is an accomplishment. It's something.
Are you being serious?
I'm being serious.
Do I have to be serious too?
No, not yet. No, you don't have to.
No, not yet.
You don't have to be, because I'm gonna go back into me in a second.
Tell me when to be serious.
But I mean, think about it. Those are.
Is this part of the speech?
No, but there's certain things in life that people can't take away from you, right? You earn a diploma in high school or GED even. That you got it. They can't take it away. They don't.
This isn't funny.
Well, I'm not trying to be right now.
Can you hurry up?
Right, so just to go ahead and say that. So
I'm losing interest in my own show.
But this is my speech that I will do. And ready, go. My honored graduates, It's that season when we celebrate and honor the next generation of our leaders, high school and college graduates. This time of year provides a wonderful time for me to share some basic nuggets of knowledge.
Slow down a little bit.
I believe
Speed up a little bit.
are the pillars to success in life hereafter. You know, of course, since I wasn't invited to be the commencement speaker and whatnot, I'm going to go ahead and just read it out to you.
Is that part of the speech?
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 1, show up. Go to work. Go to class. Be on time. Better yet, be the first to arrive, because if you're not early, you're late.
Last. If you ain't first, you're last.
Yep. 9 out of 10 times, your fellow classmates, work colleagues, professors, senior leaders, and customers will give you the benefit of the doubt if you just show up. As a professional business leader and college professor,
Kramer showed up.
well,
He ended
we
up
get the
getting
benefit of the
fired.
doubt. I expect you to be present physically and mentally and on time. Who is responsible for showing up on time?
What does physically mean?
Physically present, being there. Being there.
Oh, okay.
Who's responsible for showing up on time? You are. So own it.
Yeah.
Pillar number 2, keep up. Complete your tasks and commitments at school and work. Meet your deadlines on time every time.
There is no try, only do.
At school or work, you are not on an island. Even if you are an individual contributor, you know they use that term, your output has an impact on others. Class project or work project teammates are counting on you to do your job, just as you're counting on
Just
them.
like Bill Belichick says.
Be reliable every time. Who is responsible for keeping up? You are. Own it. Pillar number 3, stand up. Find a passion. Get involved with it. Believe in it. Embrace it. Employ it. Commit to it. Share it. Pay it forward. Believe in something outside of work or school. Make a positive impact on something bigger than yourself. Fight for others who cannot fight for themselves. Don't be a negative troll and complain. You see a problem? Make it an opportunity. Stop talking and do. Be resilient.
Why are you lecturing us?
You get knocked down, get up. Knocked down again, get your ass up again.
Jeez, like DDP.
That's right. Don't stop at standing up, though. Stand out.
Make the DDP your own.
I saw Nick Saban once say, mediocre people don't like high achievers, and high achievers don't like mediocre people. Decide which one you will be. I had a conversation with my son a couple years ago, and remember this? We were talking about how there are people that just get by. He was talking about his work, his part-time job, and he was just saying, you know, Dad, there are just some people that just don't do more than the minimum. They barely get by. They don't even, take initiative. I said, well, he said, Dad, why do people just meet the minimum requirement? I said, well, they are mediocre people, and they are satisfied with mediocrity. He said, that's too bad, isn't it? I said, well, for them it is, because they won't grow and won't know what it takes to grow. The good news about mediocre people in a competitive environment, though, is this. If it were not for people like that, you and I would never move along or up in the world. So who is responsible for standing up and standing out?
You.
You are. Own it. So in closing, get your watch out.
It's out.
Make a point to thank those who've had a positive impact or influence on your life. Parents, educators, coaches, friends, mentors, brothers, sisters, etc. At the time,
she, they,
yes, we.
Z. You
At
have
the
to
time,
expand on that a little
yeah,
bit.
I'm going to have to. At the time, you probably didn't appreciate their advice, coaching, and mentoring. But how about now? I do remember when I left for college, when I was 18 years old, I thought my father was the dumbest guy in the world. He was dumb. He didn't know. He didn't go to college. He was dumb.
He had PD.
He had PD. He was dumb. And 4 years later, he got smarter. And I remember at my graduation, my commencement for my undergraduate, he said...
Is this still part of the speech?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. At the end of it, when we were done and the whole ceremony was over, he says, congratulations, kid. Gave me a hug, said, congratulations, Chris. It's a great accomplishment, something I never did. He said, so now go learn something. And I thought at the time, what a douchebag. I just got a degree and everything else. And I know now what he meant. So I encourage you to keep 3 things in mind wherever the journey takes you. Be present, be reliable, and be great. Now go define you and make a positive difference.
Let's go. How long was it? 6 minutes.
6 minutes!
That was with distractions.
I know! 6 minutes!
I feel like I had 2 minutes of that.
Could you think about that? So let's say I could get that in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Well, 6:02.
Okay. 6 minutes, 6 minutes. How many commencement speakers give you worthy advice in 5, 6 minutes?
Not many.
You don't seem inspired though.
Oh, I am. I can't wait to get out of here and walk home at a brisk pace.
Walk home. Are you Tony Law?
Yeah.
Sorry, Tony. So that's it. I mean, that's kind of, I think that's advice that would go for anybody, whether you're going to work Wall Street or going on to college or going to the military or learning how to turn a wrench. I think that's...
I think it's good. Just one small comment about it, right? Is that at that point, this is, where is this? Is this college?
This could be high school or college. I kind of,
right.
It's for both.
Okay.
I would tailor it to high school graduates or college graduates.
Right. All I guess I would say is that it's potentially too late. Like this would be a good speech for like a
pre-K graduation.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like you knew all the kids that are either in high school or college or something like that. They're already doing that. You know what I mean? This isn't to diminish it's a very good, very good. And I believe we have a trophy somewhere. Hold on. Here we go. You get a
there's a great story behind this.
You get a participation trophy.
There's a great story behind this trophy. But go ahead.
But I guess what I'm saying is that the people that are going to respond to this are already there.
They're done, right? Well, I mean, the people that they've set in their ways. They're
kind of like I feel like I don't know that I've ever really seen somebody turn on a driven thing later on. Like these are the kids that you're talking to right here they were cutting grass when they were 9. They had, a long time ago we had paper routes or whatever, or they were working in restaurants, or they already had all right, dude, get the hell out of my way. Go play video games. I got this to do. You know what I mean?
Well, let me tell you a story, Jake.
Thank you.
I'll tell you a story. So there's one time there was a bad storm. Yeah, that's not even on there. There was just a really bad storm at a coastal area. I mean, and like the waves where it wasn't quite a hurricane with a surge, but there was some surge, right? And the next morning, there were all these starfish all over the beach. Just these starfish just laying there.
Is this biblical?
Thousands, no. Thousands of starfish all over. And this man just got up that morning. He started walking out on the beach and took as many starfish as he could, picked them up and threw them back in the ocean. But there were just thousands of them that were just going to perish because in the sun they were going to dry out. And this man,
they were going to end up on bathroom walls down in the beach houses.
Yeah, that's right. This man was walking his dog out there, and he says to this old man, he goes, hey, he says, seriously, there's so many thousands of starfish. I mean, you really think you're going to make a difference? Man bends down. The old man bends down, picks up a starfish, looks at the starfish, looks at the man, and says, "It makes a difference to this one," and throws it out there.
It's a good story. I like it. I like it.
I think I took that. I think George H.W. Bush said that one time in a speech one time. I remember that one.
I would like to think that's the case.
Yeah, what do you think? I mean, if I did a commencement speech, and let's just say that there's 5,000 students. 5,000. I don't know if there's that many at a commencement, because no one's ever asked me. But if there's 5,000 students, if you reach out to 2, and you flip the switch on 2 of them, I think that's a success.
I think it's good too.
Well, even 1. For fuck's sake, 1. I mean, we could reach out to somebody to take over the show and make it or even if it was profitable.
Yeah. Even if they picked
monetize,
they picked up on it 5 years later, and they look back and they remember it, and they say, you know what? When all of a sudden, maybe something all of a sudden triggers, and they turn it on. I'm not trying to diminish it.
No, I get it.
I'm just saying. I think
your point is well taken. I mean that most of them by that point have probably been set and established their ways, and unfortunately, yeah.
Because there is a reason why there's a 1 percenter. You know what I mean?
That's what I said. I said for the mediocre people in the world, you and I would never move along. Right? Yeah. We'd never move up. Out. And so once you get past them, though, you might want to drag someone with you.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it's going to be mediocrity. I mean, it would be I don't know. It'd be like leveling off the physical requirements of an Army person because some people are just fatter than others, right? That would be like saying, well, we're going to lower the bar to meet the lowest. Oh wait, they're doing that already. Yeah. That would be like saying in aptitude tests or something, right? Lowering the bar because they say it's not fair to up.
Wait a second, they're already doing. We got to come up with some new experience. No, but then they say that there's all right. Here's the line of mediocrity, right? And in an organization, you have people that are below the line. You have probably, let's say you have 10 or 15% that are kind of below the line, right? Then you have 50, 60% that are at the line. And you need those people, right? They're the doers. They're not trying to move on, and there's nothing wrong with that. And then you have that 10 or 20 people that
you're describing the bell curve.
Well, it's not like a bell curve though. It's like this. It's like a stair step of some sort.
Or a bell curve. Well, bell curve. If you put the mean in the middle, you have the achievers above and achievers below. But yeah,
why do they have to be called mean? Well, some of them are happy.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's the problem. They're too happy.
Well, speaking of trophy, everybody gets a trophy, right? Wrong. Speaking of this trophy that he pulled, there's a story behind this trophy. And there is a local high school football program. As a matter of fact, they're rivals to the high school that I coach baseball at. And let's just say we'll call that high school Meritage. And we'll call my high school Makefield. And their football.
Why are we trying to hide the identity of the high schools?
It's fun.
It's fun.
So they have
why is it that we try to hide identity?
Because it's fun.
I guess people like him.
So they have a summer golf tournament every year pre-COVID that they would have, and you join up, and the money goes to raising football towards their athletic program. And I know some people over there, and they sent me the invitation 4 or 5 years ago. And what I've done is put a team of coaches at Makefield together to go over there and play. And you play best ball, and the winning group gets a big first place trophy. Second place gets a smaller trophy like that. Third place gets a little thing. So we've gone over there every year, and there's got to be 24 to 30 different groups, foursomes. Yeah. And every year we play, we somehow come in second place. We go over there in our Makefield colors and uniforms at Meritage's tournament,
blue and orange,
which is theirs, blue and gray.
We're gonna hide the color scheme.
and we're wearing ours, let's just say, hypothetically, it's maroon and black, right? Mm-hmm. And the people running the tournament find it funny. But in 3 of the 5 years that we came in second place, we came in second place to the head football coach and staff of Meritage High School.
Right.
And these guys are great athletes because they all played professional football. But I've seen them swing a golf club. And there is no way on God's green earth that they have been able to beat us. Because we've got a couple ringers. We've got some ringers. Let's call one of them Lark Meg. And we do some outstanding work, and we somehow always come in second. So I keep the trophy just as a reminder for that. So we don't go over there. We don't shoot for mediocrity, Jake. So there's a story behind that.
Okay.
But I appreciate the feedback on the commencement speech.
I mean, let's do it next year. I think you should do it next year, and I'll learn how to do it in sign language, and I'll be on the side.
Like the guy that one time, remember the guy one time that didn't know what he was doing? Wait, I know this. I do know this. You know what this is?
No.
You say like Marley Matlin? Peanut butter and jelly. So if I were deaf, I could eat. I could order Stuckey's.
Stuckey's. Wait, is that the real name?
You don't know Stuckey's? Stuckey's is old restaurants. I-75 in South Georgia, and they had like a little general store, kind of like a Cracker Barrel, but
right.
But they sold. I remember as a kid, they sold peanut butter and jelly, so we go on road trips, and I can get that. I'd be like, yes, because I could go.
Do it again? Do it slow motion. What is that?
Peanut butter.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Peanut
and jelly. Peanut butter and jelly. I can do my name in it too.
Nice. Yeah, good.
So if you don't have any sound, you know that I just said peanut butter and jelly, Chris. You want to see the meme of the week?
Yeah.
Are you ready for this? Meme of the week, which I thought was very appropriate. This is so appropriate for me this coming weekend. I can tell you. Me hiding from beers this weekend. Am I the only one that finds that funny?
That's pretty funny.
I got some good ones in stores, though. We'll use some greeting card ones that I think we should do.
Awkward family photos.
Did we do that one time? We did that.
We did some of that, yeah.
Well, that concludes our show.
Yeah. It was pretty good. It was inspirational. It was educating. We learned a word. We learned a couple of words.
Gymnipedus.
Gymnipedus.
You didn't even say it right.
Yeah. Brill. Aggressive.
Yeah. Well, for those, you know what? On our YouTube channel, people can give their comments, and like if they want to modify, if they have different definitions of gymnipedus.
You can't have a different definition.
Or what their interpretation of it. Maybe some examples.
I would love examples.
Examples
of time that you feel like you felt gymnipedus.
Mm-hmm. Do that, and any additions, changes, subtractions, modifications to the commencement speech would be greatly appreciated. The 6-minute commencement speech. That should be like, instead of 8-minute abs,
I would love
a 6-minute commencement speech.
I would love for somebody that your mom referenced to the show to actually reference your mom. That would be good. I would love for a couple people to be like,
I think I can get my aunt. My aunt.
No, you don't. You can't get them. They have to actually watch it though.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And say, you know what? Yeah, I heard about this from your mom, Christopher James.
That's when she's mad. All right. Well, till next time. I have no idea what topic
your parents will watch it this week. Like, are they gonna start watching this thing?
If they can figure out.
Dad's like, I'm not on social media. You're like, this isn't social media. It's like, well, where do you see it? YouTube. I'm not on YouTube. It's like, well, you're not on CBS either, but you watch it. You know, I'm not on the ESPN. I know, but you still know what LeBron James did last night. Or what his political stance is on the Hamas and the Palestinians and the Israelis. What does LeBron James? What does he feel about this, and how should we follow it?